Viper Miner channel. We got a little gift in today. We got a Goldshell Mini Doge gift from my wife. So let's see what we got. So let's see. Doge. Let's go ahead and open this up. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I must say though, this is much smaller than I imagined it would be. All right, so I got the Goldshell little card. Looks like you got some QR codes for setup. I'm assuming Chinese and English. A little antenna for the Wi-Fi. I know these come with Wi-Fi, but I believe you cannot access the dashboard within the miner if you're on Wi-Fi. You have to be connected to a LAN port to begin with. Now, I did not get the power supply because I use the parallel miners power supplies. But I must say, this is definitely smaller than I imagined. I don't know if the camera can see, but right through here is the ASIC board, and from like here all the way through here is just all heat sink. And that's your Cat5 cable, and that takes one 6-pin PSE cable, 2 fans. But over and all, this is a very small box. Great for home mining. I'm going to give you an idea. I can almost palm this. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to hook mine up to a parallel miner's power supply. So I have an extra spare 700 watt, which is perfect for the little 200 watt box that this is. And if you haven't seen one of these are fantastic. So you simply get the breakout board, and they usually sell them in combos. And this is an HP power supply. It's 120 or 220 or 240 volt, and I usually run all my equipment on 240. So let's see if I can, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this one-handed. I'm going to put the camera down and see if I can get this to come on here. So what you do is, the best way to do this is you take this on an angle right there in the corner, push, and there you go. Now the nice thing when you do the combos through parallel miner, that comes with the cables. You can buy them usually in pairs of like 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, and you're just going to pick any available port. So since it's the only thing we're going to have on this, I'm just going to put the in port here. Got a little power button, how many amps or how much voltage you're pulling. Some of the newer ones have actual amperage as well, so they have 2 displays here. And a lot of people don't realize that. So this, you can daisy chain this little floppy connector. You can go from one to the next, and here's another one. The other thing you can do too is if you're using your regular PSU ATX power supply to power your motherboard, you can take the Molex, connect it in here, and then when you connect or turn on your ATX power supply, this will automatically turn on all by itself as well. So this way they're synced. There's a small delay in this, so it actually turns around and gets the GPU synced, so it works out real well. I've never had a problem doing that. And actually what I end up doing is I will put one Molex here, and then if I have more than one power supply on the rig, I will take a floppy cable and move it to the next one, and it takes care of both of them when I turn on the ATX. It's really nice because when you do a remote boot, if you're using HiveOS or if you're using some kind of smart plug on a Windows machine, you don't have to worry about the GPUs. When you do the reset on the reboot on the HiveOS, it actually reboots the GPUs at the same time. So you get a clean slate. It's really great if you're out of town traveling and you're remote, or if you're working and you see a rig go down or something's funky, you can do a quick reset. All right, so I'm going to jump over to the computer real quick, and we'll set up our address, our miner, and our pool, and we'll get going from there. All right, so now that we're at the computer, we want to go to Goldshell's website, and I highly suggest you type in goldshell.com. There are a lot of fake sites out there. They even try warning you on their website, and you don't want to be taken into a scam. So type in goldshell.com, you'll come to their homepage, and the first thing we're going to want to go do is go to support. And underneath support, you're going to find my miner. Okay, and what you want to do just prior to this is actually turn on the miner if you have not done so. You will hear the fans rev up to 100% and then calm down. And then make sure you are connected to a LAN network. So in other words, your Cat5. Don't use Wi-Fi at this point. You will not be able to get to the dashboard on the miner if you're connected to Wi-Fi. I don't know why, but I spent a couple hours today trying to figure out how to do that, and everything I can find, even on their support, is that you got to be connected to the Cat5. So be sure to be connected to Cat5 and make sure that your network, either your firewall or your router switch, has DHCP turned on, because the mini Doge is going to be looking for an IP address from your network. Now, once you get to the support page, you'll notice it says find my miner. I found this is to be the fastest way to go find your miner. It will actually go find on the network your miner because it's already booted up. It's got an IP address and it will go find it. So here's my my mini Doge. There's the address, and it's been a couple hours because, like I said, I was trying to get to the miner's dashboard via Wi-Fi, and I had to go and plug it in. I really like to run this only on Wi-Fi, but it does allow you to do that. You just won't be able to get to the dashboard. All right, so all you gotta do is click settings, and you're gonna come into your miner. Now, I've already been in here, so you have to do this at least once. So when you first come in, it's gonna look like this. It'll be all in Chinese. And all you have to do is go up to the upper right-hand corner where you get to see the Chinese flag, and you'll see English right below it, and it'll switch you over to English. Now, you won't have a hash rate chart up here yet. You will have some data here, but it'll start populating. It'll take about 10 minutes to start populating the chart. But right now, we got other things we have to go do first. So the first thing you want to do is when you try logging into your dashboard here on the miner, the password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1 through 9. You're going to want to go change that. You do that right in here. Okay. And then they have this locking system. So it's always at read only. So you have to put in your password to unlock it. And when it's unlocked, it's green. So at first, you're going to have to put in 1 through 9. And click unlock, you'll get the green unlock, and then you can go put the current password, your new password, and change that out for security. And the second thing you want to go do is change or update the firmware. At least my box, and I've seen a couple other people that have gotten these, they've gotten old firmware on the box. So you want to go back to your support on the Goldshell, and underneath the Goldshell, you're going to go to software, underneath support, tutorials, scroll down a little bit, and it'll say how to upgrade your firmware. Click on that. And then scroll down a little bit. And what you're looking for is the GitHub for Goldshell. You click on the GitHub and then go find the mini Doge on here. Okay. And it's right here. And you want the latest and greatest. So I believe it's 2.4, I thought. SST box, 2.1. Yeah, I guess that is. I'll have to go look to see what the latest is here. It'll actually tell me 2.14 is the latest Goldshell Mini Doge firmware. So you want to go update that. So you're going to update that. You're just going to go into, you're going to download that file, click on it and go find your file and download it. Once it's downloaded, and it takes about, it says a minute. It took me about 2 minutes to actually get it downloaded. Go ahead and restart the miner, log back in, and you should see your new updated firmware. Then the next step we want to go do is, before we can go add a pool, and I'm going to use F2 pool, you have to go create an account at F2 pool. So I created my account, and then the really nice thing about F2 pools, minimal information, your email, so this way they can send you codes, this way you can log in for secondary encryption, and you can use text messenger if you put a phone number in there. I think it actually wants some kind of set of numbers in the phone number. I gave them bogus numbers, and then because I just use email, then you'll be able to log in. So once you log in, you're going to get to this page. Now don't freak out, because even if your miner's been out for about 10 minutes, you should start seeing something in the pool, but it defaults you to BTC. So you're going to have to go switch here, and I have not found a way on F2 pool to switch this yet. You're going to go to LTC, and she'll reload, and there's my hash rate. So you can see down here, here's my hash rate that's going. But what we're more interested in right now is this underneath here. So you won't have any graphic here. It'll be real small, and you won't have to scroll as far. You're going to grab this stratum right here and say copy. You can copy that stratum. You're going to go back to your Goldshell miner. You're going to say add. We're going to click that F2 pool. It automatically puts in that for you. Now, the miner name is not the name of your rig. It's not what you named your mini Doge. It is your login to F2 pool. Your login and password to F2 pool. I can't stress that enough, because otherwise you'll never get it to work. So mine is Viper Miner 1, because somebody took the Viper Miner, which I believe is actually me, from when I had an old Bitcoin ASIC. And then you're going to type in your password. All right. Now it'll go ahead and put that in there, and you're good to go. Now what you're going to notice is a gray button right over here with a secondary, and you're going to have the gray first and then your green F2 pool. Delete the gray. That is Goldshell's, I'm assuming, address and pool. You don't want to be mining to their pool. You want the results, the work. So delete that, and you should only have your pool here for your miner. You have no other choices here. The script is script. You can't change scripts. It's an ASIC. Light indicator, I'd left that off. They do want the temperature monitor. It will shut down if it gets too hot. Being in Florida, it does get hot, so I have all my miners protected by temperature sensors. Now, once you're done with that, you're pretty much done with the miner side. You got the pool side here, or pool side, the miner side of what's going on. You get, again, your firmware, your hardware update, your hashing power. Oh, that's the one thing we want to go look at, hashing power. So right now I have mine on full hash rate mode. You have balance and low power. That's how much energy it's going to take up. At the wall right now, at full hash for me is 232 watts. And my electric, I have solar, so I am not overly worried about a little 230 watt. I wish all my rigs ran that low, but I have mine maxed out. If you do it in the balance or low, you will get less of a hash power on the miner. So that is your preference on how you want to handle that. So now when we go back here to the miner, now this has been mining for about 3 hours, and you can see it's, you know, not all that consistent. It does goes peaks and valleys. Kind of reminds me of when you're mining Raptorium, it goes up and down as well. But I can go to workers, and I can see my workers. So I got one worker here that's using LiteCoin. So if I click on that, There's my LiteCoin hash rate. Now you're gonna have to, before you get too far down the road here, you're gonna have to add your addresses. So you're going to go and you're gonna find your worker and you're gonna select LiteCoin and it's gonna give you your addresses. So you're gonna put in a LiteCoin address, okay, and a Dogecoin address because you get paid out bonus on Dogecoin. Now, there's multiple wallets, and maybe we'll do another video on wallets and that. I'm actually putting all this in cold storage. So I use a Trezor cold storage wallet. So those are where those addresses are going to. I don't want to mine right to an exchange. Mining to an exchange is probably not the best thing, especially if you have a lot going there. I personally would, and this is not financial advice, but personally would not leave a whole lot of money or crypto sitting in an exchange because it's very easily hacked. I like my keys, not shared keys. So you're going to put your addresses in there and you're set to go. Once you do it, you're done. All right. Then you can look at revenue and you can see yesterday's balance was very little. I'm getting some today, a little bit more, and you can see where I got. So now I have 2 confirmed sets of LTC sitting in my shared address here on the pool, and I have some Doge already rewarded in the pool. So LTC payout is at, unless you change it and increase it, is at 0.02. So when I actually get to 0.02, I will get a payout to my wallet, and the Doge is set to 40 minimum. And once you hit 40, you'll get a payout there. And that's pretty much it. So now you're just basically just gonna let this thing keep on chugging away. The beauty of it is that it is quiet. It is, like I said, it is small, it is quiet. I actually put it up in my desk, up in my other office, and it's sitting right there. It is non-intrusive. It is really just quiet. I'm really curious to see exactly what kind of revenue I get out of this. I mean, right now it's January 9th, and the crypto, I think every crypto right now is down in the market significantly. So I'm not going to look at the fiat value. What I want to look at is how much actual crypto coin I'm making, and I'll probably do an update video in a month to see what that looks like and compare that to, you know, what if we got an LTC, you know, ASIC, one of the big bad boys. But, you know, those are loud. They're going to throw a lot of heat and they chip a lot of power. So is this a cost-effective way? We'll find out. But right now I'm real happy. It is running smooth. It's easy to set up. It is quiet, and it does throw a little bit of heat. Nowhere near any of my GPU rigs. But it does, you can, if you put your hand next to the vents there, you can feel some heat coming off of it. Actually, thinking about putting it on my wife's desk because she's always cold. So it actually be her little heater that she likes to have going when she's at the desk. All right. Hopefully you like this, and I know it was a fast walkthrough, but if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up and please subscribe to our channel. Like I said, we're new. I've been crypto mining now for over, 6 months, almost 7 months now. I've been in the stock market, finance markets for a very long time, many, many years. I actually trade professionally, Forex, stocks, options, futures. But when everything was going on with the pandemic, I was looking for something else to go do, and I started crypto mining. And I thought, you know what, there's a lot of people out there talking about, some really, cool stuff, but no one's talking about, what if the beginning, what do you do? So I kind of want to journey my beginning here part and see what's going on. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it. You got any suggestions of upcoming videos? Feel free to leave them in the comments as well. I will put links to everything in the comments as well. And so this way you guys have easy access, and this way you can trust the Goldshell link in the comment. All right, have a wonderful day.